Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to compare the long division method to the synthetic division. Now that you've written all of your steps down, we're basically just going to do them on this problem to see how fast and easy and more efficient synthetic division is. The first thing we have to do is get this in synthetic division format. So the first thing we have to do is change our factor to a solution. So when you're dividing by a factor, you're literally going to change this to the solution. So the solution that we would be checking would be -2. The second thing we have to do when we're doing synthetic division is make sure that this is in standard form from highest exponent to lowest exponent with no gaps. So if we have an x to the third, an x squared, an x, and then a constant. So we don't have any gaps in there. If an x squared term was missing, or if another term was missing, we would have to fill it in with a 0. The next thing we have to do is we're just extracting the coefficients of our terms out. So what that will look like is we're going to bring the 2 for the x to the third down. We're going to bring the -3 down next. We're going to bring the 4 down next. And then lastly, we're going to bring down the 5. Now, notice that this was a -3, so we brought down the negative with it. And these are just kind of like helpful hints so that we don't mess up. And notice instead of having like a division bar going above, I have a synthetic bar going below. And that's one of the major like syntax differences or font differences. When you're doing long division, it goes up top. When you're doing synthetic division, it goes below. Now, after we get this problem set up, that's all really the work we need to get this going. The very first one you always bring down. So this 2, the very first leading coefficient, always gets brought down, and we begin the process. Now, all you have to do is take the bottom number and multiply by the side solution that you're checking. So we're going to do 2 times -2. We're going to get -4, and we're going to bring it under here. At this stage of the game, after you multiply, you're going to add these 2 down. Okay, that's -7. Then we're going to take -7 times -2. We're going to get 14. And we're going to add those together. That gives us 18. Then we're going to take 18 times -2, which is -36. And we're going to add those 2. And we get -31. So check this out, because this is all the work that's necessary, and we're comparing it to that long division question. For synthetic division, it starts with an x cubed, so this is going to be put down to an x squared. So you always decrease your exponent by 1, and it begins. So your new polynomial is going to be 2x squared minus 7x plus 18, and your remainder is -31. Check it out. It took us like 2 seconds to get this done versus your long division. That's why we need to do synthetic, because instead of making these big long lists, we're going to need this much space.